Hello, welcome to this week's episode of Into the Podcast. I'm your host, Sam, and I'm joined each and every week by our regular guest, Ryan. Regular?
Oh, I've been demoted to regular guest
He's just
again.
a guest now.
Right,
I was thinking about this earlier, and I was like, fuck, I really need to start hosting you. And I thought, no, bollocks to him.
Yeah?
Because, you know, you've made it quite apparent we're not friends anymore because you'd rather play Resident Evil than play video games with me.
Yeah.
And spend time with family than spend time with me. So you're demoted to guest, I'm afraid.
Okay, I'll take on board that feedback.
And you'll carry on doing nothing.
I don't think anything's going to change for me, to be honest.
Yeah, well, you'll have a baby.
That is true. I could have a baby.
That is so close.
I know. A week on Wednesday.
That is mad.
So when this comes out, a week tomorrow.
Yeah, that's scary, isn't it?
It is scary.
It's all right, though, you know.
Yeah.
We spoke about this last night, and, you know, because they get to... I've obviously got a 6-year-old, and they get to that stage where, like, you know, if you sat down, you drop something on the floor, and you can't be asked to lean over and get it, you can I'll grab that for us.
And they do it. That's really handy.
Yeah, that is really good. I mean, granted, you then, you know, still have to feed them and take them on holiday and buy them stuff and look after them and nurture them and love them, but they will pick things off the floor for you.
That is helpful because I hate bending down to pick things up off the floor.
You know, I'm a large lad, mate. Bending isn't my strong point. Else I'd be an Olympic fucking gold medalist, mate, if I could. You know what I mean?
Yeah, obviously.
In gymnastics.
What is your strong point?
Got a strong jawline under this beard.
That's a shame. That's the thing. That you haven't got a big beard. That's just your jaw.
It's all chin, mate.
Yeah.
It is all chin.
You're like Quagmire off of Family Guy.
Literally, yeah. The crimson chin, they call me.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you should shave the beard off so we can see the crimson
Well, I don't
chin.
want to. No, I'm not shaving the beard off. I'm actually letting the beard grow and I'm cutting in a mohawk.
Okay. Yeah,
So-
you did tell me about this. Tell the listeners.
Yeah. So I've obviously recently watched Fighting with my family. Did you get around to watching it?
I've still not seen it.
Shitbag. Yeah, so recently watched that, and in it, Nick Frost just looks badass because he's just a big fat guy with a huge beard and like a short mohawk. And obviously, I used to own the mohawk for many years. And I just thought I like Nick Frost's style,
Yeah.
so I'm going for it. And I'm sick to death of getting shit haircuts. Whereas if I have a mohawk, I can get literally anyone to do it.
Would you not do it yourself?
No, I won't do it myself. I'm not very good at that.
Right.
Because I won't be able to see the back and I won't line it up properly. Whereas everyone else has got a template, haven't they? Because they've only got to go around the hair that is already there.
Yeah.
And then just skin over with like a number 3 on the mohawk. So
I'm excited because I never knew you with a mohawk.
You didn't,
that was
no.
pre into the podcast days.
yeah, many years ago. And it started off as just a little itty bitty one as well.
Wow.
And then it grew to like a 1.5 foot, whatever it was. And
I'm excited for you to get this back.
I'll look sexy.
1.5 foot long mohawk.
No, I'm not doing that.
Why?
Honestly, mate, it took 2 people to make it stand on end.
Oh yeah.
So I would have to, because my hair's so curly, I'd have to put glue in it, hair glue,
Yeah.
and hold it as tight as I could while someone like hair dried it.
Right. Okay.
And then once it was up, then I'd have to spray it with shitloads of spray glue. Oh, it was a fucking nightmare, man. And then getting that out at the end of the night.
Oh yeah. I can't have been very comfy to sleep on.
It wasn't very comfy to sleep on, and also like my crown splits, so it wasn't even. It wouldn't go all the way round.
Right.
In the crown, it'd go like back and up, so I'd always have
Yeah.
a missing bit in my crown.
That's annoying.
That is annoying because I'm not even going bald back there, you know.
No.
Which surprises me. It's more going at the front here.
You've still got a thick head of hair.
Yeah, I've got a bit. You haven't.
I haven't.
You're bald.
I've been bald a long time.
A long time.
I've been balder longer than I had hair. Nearly. Not far off.
Let's figure out the maths. When did you go bald?
It started thinning that I noticed when I was 20. So.
Okay. And you're 42 now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Makes sense then, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Also, you know, you're probably bald when you're a baby.
Yeah.
Not, well, a little bit of hair.
Yeah, and then
It's not
that
proper hair,
sheds,
though.
And then you get
Yeah, and then you get, like, regular hair.
This is why we don't have listeners. So other than being bald, what have you been up to?
You know what I've been up to? I've been playing Resident Evil 3.
I'm well aware, Ryan. Well aware. You won't do anything with me anymore.
I was free for about a day where I completed Resident Evil 3 and I had nothing else to play. So now I'll start Resident Evil 0.
So why didn't you text me?
You were out drinking.
When? Was it Friday?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I was eating. Oh, God, that food.
Yeah, tell us
Oh
about
my
the food
God.
that you ate.
Mate. So I had So I had it was a barbecue smokehouse, and obviously I'm all about barbecue showdown at the moment.
Oh yeah, we know.
So they had a 2-man platter for 60 quid, or you can get it in a oneer for 33 quid. Just half of everything.
Yeah.
So I had 2 wings, 2 of the best wings I've ever eaten in my entire life.
Amazing.
They were insane. Then you had a sausage that was the size of you. That was cheese and jalapeno stuffed.
Oh.
Insane. Then it had baby back ribs, some other type of ribs, Jacob's ladder. Do you know what Jacob's ladder is?
Isn't that a penis piercing?
Yeah. No, it's ribs again, but it's the ones with a really fat bone in them.
Right,
it's like
yeah.
proper beef around it. Oh, yeah, mate. Beef.
Beef.
And, brisket. And then it come with, like, cornbread and...
I don't think I've ever had
beans
cornbread.
It's okay. It just tastes like bread. Like a little soft pudding. That
But is it
doesn't
made of
taste
corn?
too much. Yeah.
Nice.
I think that's why they call it cornbread.
Ah.
But I had that with a couple of pints of beer.
Yeah.
And, it was just lovely, mate.
The food looked banging. It looked great.
It was pretty insane. I think if it went again, now I would eat that again. And I didn't finish it and immediately want to die.
Yeah.
But the problem is, I ate it, got back, was like, oof, it's sitting heavy. Then walked to the pub.
Yeah.
And had about 6 more pints, and then had to walk back.
The walk probably did it good, though. Let
No,
it move a little bit.
It just hurt. And also, because I was that full as well, and I got back here, had a couple of beers, and was like, right, walk to the pub now. This is why I'm trying to eat a bit healthier, because I noticed I was doing, because my belly was so full, I was doing the fat guy walk. Where your arms are kind of out a bit, and you're waddling a bit, and I felt so self-conscious. I was like, but I can't do anything about it. I'm so full, I feel like I'm going to pop.
Yeah.
I'm sure I've grown 3 extra stretch marks since.
It looked great, though.
Yeah, it was good, mate. So I was eating, and you was playing Resident Evil.
I have been playing a lot of Resident Evil 3.
So you're on 0, you say, at the minute?
Yeah, so just as we started this podcast, I'd just come off of a big Resident Evil binge, hadn't I?
Mm-hmm.
I'd completed 1 and
You just
2.
started 2.
And I completed all that. And I'm someone that once I've started a game like that, I like to try and complete it every single which way and get all the achievements and do everything. But I think I got like a bit of fatigue after doing 1 and then 2, because I completed 1 about 6 times and then 2 probably about the same amount of times again. So then I went to start 3 because they had the remake of 2 and 3, which are incredible, by the way. I know a lot of people don't like 3 because they remade it and cut a load out, but I never played the original, so I got nothing to compare it to. So I started 3, I was like, ugh, can't be bothered. And then I didn't pick it up again for 2 years. But I think it's because we were playing Dead by Daylight quite a lot, and all the Resident Evil skins are on there. And I was like, you know what? I've got some games sitting here that I bought a couple of years ago that I've never gone back to, and I really want to. Especially because I'm quite invested in the story of the characters, so I kind of want to like fill in some of those blanks, because I've played quite a lot in the series. So yeah, I played that. It's quite a short game, though. I think on average 5 or 6 hours to complete it. So I think that's why a lot of people are quite disappointed with it, because it's only a single-player game. There's no online. So, you think, well, you only get 5 or 6 hours worth of gameplay.
Yeah.
I know it's got replayability and stuff, and I've completed it like 4 times now. But I got every single achievement, so I can put that one to bed. Done.
I think the mad thing is, your goal is to obviously complete all the Resident Evil games.
Yeah.
You could have done that twice over now, but instead you're playing the same game 6 times.
Yeah.
Back to back as well. Not even like, I'll do it, do something else for a bit, go back to that one.
Yeah. But the thing is, I suppose, it takes like 5 or 6 hours to complete first time round, because I'm someone that I'll explore, I'll find lots of bits, I'll get immersed in the story. But then after that, it's like speed running.
Right,
so like, it would be like an hour and a half to complete the entire game.
Oh, that's pretty mad, to be fair.
So I think the quickest I did it was an hour and 20, and that was on the hardest difficulty, which was Inferno. I did a little cheat, like, because you can build up points, and then there's like an in-game store where you can buy upgrades and weapons and stuff. So there's a rocket launcher that you can get, this unlimited ammo, machine guns that are unlimited ammo. You can get loads of like buffs, so your character can take loads of damage and you heal quicker and stuff like that. So you can play the game time and time again to accumulate points. I think when I played it, I don't know, for context, I completed the whole game. I think I 5,000 points, which might get me like a coin or something. The unlimited rocket launcher was 62,000.
Oh, God.
So what I did was, I just paid for it with real money.
Nice one.
Because it's so much quicker.
Real money?
£3.50.
Okay, that's
and I got everything that you can buy in the store just automatically unlocked.
Oh, that's okay.
So
£3.50.
for £3.50, because I was like, I do want to complete it all, but I also don't want to go back and have to farm the game to get all these points to then do the runs I want. Whereas I could pay £3.50, get it automatically unlocked, and then I was just straight doing the speed runs because I had a rocket launcher with unlimited ammo.
Yeah, it's a lot different, isn't it? If you was cheating to do it the first time round, then it'd be a bit like, well, why are you bothering?
Exactly. That's what I'll always do with these games.
Now, so
that's what I'll always do with these games. I'll play the first time, I'll play it properly. I'll try not to cheat, or as in like, because there's a lot of puzzles and stuff.
Yeah.
I'll try not to do that. I just try and get involved and do it on my own merit. But then once I know what the story is, and I'm just doing it just to get the achievements, I'm just doing it the quickest way possible then.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So then I've started 0 now since then, which is a prequel to 1. But it's like the old-fashioned Resident Evil, so it's like tank controls and fixed cameras. Yeah. It leads directly into 1, so some of the characters from that one are in 1. It's about, you know, with 1, it's like stars, the team, the Alpha Bravo team or Alpha team or whatever, they investigate the mansion. Mm-hmm. Whereas a team had been sent out first, Bravo team, and had gone missing. So it's actually about the story of Bravo team.
Right, in the mansion?
No, they get waylaid before the mansion in the mountains.
Yeah,
it's mainly it's set on a train, and then I've got into like a research centre, which is like a mini mansion version of the mansion. I'm enjoying it.
In like a biochemical lab?
Yeah.
In Resident Evil?
Yeah.
That doesn't happen in every single game.
I know. It's crazy. But I'm really enjoying it. You know what? I love the tank controls and the fixed camera angle because it makes it scarier. You're really immersed in the world. Whereas like 2 and 3, the remakes are absolutely... They look breathtaking. The controls are so much more user-friendly and they are still scary. But there's something to be said for that old school tank controls where you can just hear things and you cannot see what's coming at you.
Yeah.
So I'm quite enjoying that. To be fair with 0, it's got a weird system where like they should remake it and make it co-op because you control 2 characters. You can just switch between the characters.
Oh, right, okay.
But it's quite clunky. Like you can tell your characters like to follow you or stay. And if you leave, like even if they're following you, a lot of time with Resident Evil, you don't fight everything. You haven't got enough bullets to kill everything. So you dodge stuff and go to the next room.
Of course, yeah.
Your character just stays there and keeps getting hit and hit and hit and then dies and then you lose and you're like, this is shit.
Yeah.
So like a couple of times I would like to go be like, wait.
Yeah.
I would run, dodge, and then switch back characters to that one and then run and dodge. And it's like, oh, it's just effort.
Yeah.
Whereas it's a beautiful opportunity for them to remake that game to like a modern take, try and make it scary, but make it co-op.
Co-op, yeah, we could do it together.
We could do it together.
I've got it. Well, it won't be cross-plat because I've got it on the PC.
Yeah. But that would be cool if they did that because I've seen rumours that they're going to remake Resident Evil 0 before they do 5 because they haven't confirmed if they're remaking 5 or not.
5 would be good.
5 would be good because that was a co-op one. Again, it's another opportunity to remake it, not just like remaster it.
Yeah.
Make it scarier, make it a little bit less actiony. There's a lot they could do with that.
Yeah, so seeing as you've sacked me off for Resident Evil, I've also been playing Resident Evil. So I've been playing Resident Evil 8.
Which is the most recent one,
It is the most recent one. So I started it a bit back because I wanted a single-player game to start and play on stream. And I was like, because I tend to avoid playing single-player games on stream solely because, you're engaging with people watching, storyline, this, that, and the other. But I gave it a go and I actually really enjoyed it. Nowhere near as scary as 7, but obviously quite loud in my ears, so there's a lot of moments that make you jump and stuff. But it's sexy, mate. It's a sexy game.
In what way?
Just lots of sexy vampires.
And the main villain, she's got big old boobies.
Old lady Dimitri, whatever her name is. Yeah, she's like 7'3". Older woman, though.
Is she?
She's an older woman with big old boobies, but then she's got 3 daughters who are like gothic-y vampires. The only thing I don't like about it, so I'm nowhere near the end and I've already killed her.
Right.
So I'm assuming she probably comes back later, maybe. But
that's normally what happens. Like I had to kill Nemesis in Resident Evil 3 6 times.
Oh, mind you saying this? No, I don't think she will because because it's a vampire game. It's like vampire and werewolves. once you've killed them, they turn stone and disintegrate.
Okay.
Like a vampire would. So maybe not. Maybe it's just because it's all like a family. Basically, there's her, and then there's like this other guy that like shoots you with a chain gun, and then there's like this little Pinocchio-looking motherfucker, and so I'm assuming you probably fight them later on. But yeah, it's all right. I'm quite enjoying it. To be fair, it's again a bit like the more modern Resident Evils. You're still very low on ammo constantly, and bits and bobs, but you can explore. It's a bit scarier, you know, like. Especially if you've got I do enjoy playing these with headphones on because they do just make you jump.
Yeah,
they do shit
gives you
you
that, creates that atmosphere, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm actually really enjoying that game. But I've also bought Supermarket Simulator today.
Nice.
Spent £10 whole on it.
Oof.
Yeah, well, I watched old Puntland Pirate playing it.
Did you?
And it looked like a good stream game.
Yes.
Like, you've got a few people in, they're chatting away, then you're literally just stocking your shelves, buying new stock, upgrading your supermarket, serving people. Like quite simple. Quite like mind-numbing, but one of those games that I could see myself having a bit of fun if there was some people in stream. You know?
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
So yeah, I purchased that today. I'm gonna stream Supermarkets.
Nice. You do love these weird and wonderful games.
I do, mate. I've still not even played Genital Jousting yet.
Oh, that's a shame because that's got great potential.
We'll have a quick game after this.
Yeah, all
In fact,
right.
should we sack this off and just do that?
Yeah, like in real life, not the actual PC game. Yeah.
I don't have a game called Genital Jousting. You fucking idiot. Right, we've got some films to talk about today, mate.
Including a big one.
A big one, and then a couple that we've watched to ourselves.
Yeah.
A couple of cinema trips and a bit of stream watching. So, should we snack it up now?
Let's snack it up now before we get into the big film
and then
chat.
Move on. Banging. Right, we'll pull little Drew out of his box then.
Yep.
So, can you just open that box for me?
Creak.
Ah, Drew, hello.
Hello, Drew.
Come on, acting. We hadn't acted in a while. I think this is why numbers are low.
Sorry, all right, okay.
Try again.
Drop, right.
Creak.
Ah, Drew, I didn't know you would be in this box that I was told to open up and you would be inside.
Oh my God, you should definitely come and sing us our theme tune for Snack of the Week. Sing us in, baby.
Here come Sam and Ryan, listen to them both speak. They've come 2 hours on with their pop culture critique. But are you even a nerd if you don't overread? So come on everybody, it's the Snack of the Week.
Oh my God, that was Drew Flanagan of Drew Flanagan Music.
Yes, it was.
Get off your phone.
Sorry.
I've literally replayed that twice.
I wasn't ready. Shit. You didn't say action.
We're always ready. Fuck's sake. I'm so tired, man. Monday, I had the weirdest dream last night.
Oh, tell me about it.
Well, I was being accused of being a murderer.
Right.
So I was being hunted by the police, but then like general public was trying to kill me because I was all over the news and stuff. And I remember waking up and being like, "Oh, that was horrible! Like being accused of being a murderer. I did nothing wrong." But then when I think back, in the dream, my mate accidentally killed this person, and I put the body in a fridge until we could figure out what to do. So that wasn't the best thing to do. I'm not
probably not.
In my head, I was 100% innocent in the dream. But
you're not a murderer, though.
I'm not a murderer, but
so that's falsely accused of being a murderer.
But I remember, I swear to God, in my dream, right, I put this body in the fridge, like, right, we need to hide it and leave it there until we can figure out what we're going to do. And someone came up to me and went, "Oh my God, what the fuck, you've murdered someone." And I went, no. And they went, what about this woman? I went, I just put a body in the fridge. and they went, "So you did kill her?" I went, "No." It was fucking weird, mate.
That sounds weird.
It was one of these dreams that felt hours.
Yes.
So I woke up so like restless and shitty, and then I had a meeting at 10 o'clock this morning where I had to do maths. So mate, my head's all over the place. Anyway, Drew Flanagan Music.
Yes.
He's on stuff.
He is.
What stuff's he on, Ryan?
The usual music.
Well,
places.
like what? Tell me.
Apple Music.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Amazon's music.
Oh my God, Jeff Bezos.
Yes,
he's going to put him on there.
Yeah,
see him being a fan.
Good friends.
Yeah.
Spotify.
Oh my God, no way.
That's the music platform I use.
That's what most people use.
Yes.
So I bet most people could just type it into their Spotify right now.
Yes.
Well,
it has a green and black logo.
It does. Yes, I've seen it before.
That's most of the music platforms.
Yeah. Well, what about if you wanted to see his face?
Then you could watch music videos of him.
He has music videos.
Yes, he does.
He's a professional, isn't he?
He is. And the whole band feature on it.
No way.
You can watch that on the YouTube.
Okay, yeah.
Type in Drew Flanagan music.
Right, this isn't your best effort. Come on, pick it up a bit.
You need to set me up for the next bit.
All right, okay. Well, I would just like to see him live, personally.
Oh, well, if you want to see him live,
There
then
we
you
go,
should
there's
check
the
him out
energy.
on his social media pages.
Like what?
Like-
What's social media?
Like Wikipedia? No, I don't think he's got a Wikipedia page. Maybe we should create his Wikipedia page.
We will do that, yeah.
We should have a Wikipedia page. Why are we giving him a Wikipedia page and not us first? Anyway, that's Drew Flanagan music.
Yeah, should we eat snacks?
Yes.
Downhill. This show's going downhill, mate.
Honestly, I feel like we've done that same promotion
It works, though.
like so many times because we've recorded a backlog of episodes, haven't we?
We've recorded a lot recently, yeah.
So for when baby comes to cover, so a lot of these things, it's just I've lost plot and lost
Lost interest in what you've lost.
We've done it a lot. I'm so
Right.
tired.
Eat these. These will make you feel better. I've just made you a lovely dinner.
It was lovely. Salmon burger.
Salmon burger. So
I've never had a salmon
Mate,
burger.
so it's a lemon and herb salmon burger. I put a layer of sweet chili sauce on the bottom,
Yes.
melted cheese on top,
Yes.
bit of romaine lettuce on top and all,
Oh, nice.
and then some like crispy sliced tates on the side.
They were lovely.
They were good, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do look after you.
You do.
And then I give you these bad boys.
What have you brought for me today?
Straight from Aldi.
Oh, yeah.
Snack Right, the snack of choice. These are pretzel pieces. So just pretzels but smashed up.
Yep.
Jalapeno flavoured.
Oh, I do love jalapeno flavoured
Now,
things.
they're not great for you. A lot of red and orange in the nutritional value bit. But you can recycle the packet. So it's all right, isn't it?
Yeah.
And we need to be eating... We need to be eating spicy stuff because we're doing a hot wing challenge soon.
We are.
And I did some hot sauce when I went to Hickory's the other day, and it blew my soul out of my arsehole. It was horrible. I hated every second.
Okay, so
I only put it on my tongue.
we're gonna do. Well, where else would you put it?
Well, like I didn't. It's not. I didn't like put a load of it on. You know what I mean? I didn't dip loads of chips in it. and
Right,
shit. It was
okay.
the tiniest bit. So this looks like a broken big pretzel, though. Not like them little mini ones.
these are massive chunks.
Have a sniff.
Oh, they smell very jalapeno-y.
Yeah, peppery, don't they?
Oh, these are gonna be spicy, I reckon.
Yeah, they are. Right, you ready?
Yeah. Cheers.
Go. Interesting.
What do you make of that?
The crunchy.
Very crunchy. The flavour's quite nice, but it goes very quickly, and there's no real warmth or spice afterwards.
No, I was expecting a bit of spice, but there was none. There was a little bit on there. It's on my tongue end.
But
Okay.
it goes
Good.
very quickly.
They're a good pub snack.
Yeah. Making me thirsty, though. Just
Yeah.
eating them, you know what I mean?
I will finish this pack tonight
Okay.
whilst we're playing video games.
Yeah.
Um,
They are quite Moorish.
Yeah, no more rich. They're okay.
They're okay.
Yeah,
They're very
alright.
okay.
Nothing special, but like I say, a bit moreish. Spice is slightly there now. I think I got a spicy bit,
I would just like a little bit more of a kick to the spice.
yeah.
That's what I want.
but yeah, they're alright.
Yeah. Where are you rating them in our tier system?
Smack bang in the middle, mate.
Which is?
I'd have that again.
Yeah. I don't
Yeah.
think I'd buy them.
No,
No.
but if I had a pack on the table,
I'd help myself.
oh yeah,
I'd have that again, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're not ones that are like, if I have to.
yeah, I think big bit. That was a good bit.
They're very crunchy. Let me have a look for a big bit.
Yeah. You know
Spot
what?
on.
There you go. It helps the fact that they are so Moorish,
Yeah.
because they are ridiculously Moorish.
Very salty, aren't they?
I'm glad we got a can of twisted fruit.
Yeah.
0 sugar, mine.
Definitely great beer snack.
Brilliant beer snack.
Yeah.
But yeah, smack bang in the middle then.
Smack bang in the middle.
I'll have that again.
Yeah, I agree.
Cool. Just one more then before we move on, because we've got big things to talk about.
Fine. I'll have one more as well if you're having one more. But I want a big bit.
Well, if you've had one more, I'll just have one more.
They're not that more-ish, though.
No. I really like these, actually. The more I'm eating, the more I love them. They're like crack.
They're like crack. Yeah.
You can find these with the peanuts in the down the crisp aisle in Aldi. Help yourself if you fancy them, listeners. Right. Wash your mouth out.
I've run out.
Do you want another one?
Do you want me to go get one?
Go get one while I intro this next bit then.
Where are they?
In the bottom cupboard. Okay, so me and the Ryan have both been to the cinema this week, and obviously if anyone's going to be going to the cinema, you're going to be going to see one thing, aren't you, little Ryan?
The biggest film in the world right now.
Absolutely. That is Deadpool and Wolverine.
Indeed.
Now, this is a protected little bundle of joy.
Mm-hmm.
That we are not going to give any spoilers.
No.
We're going to keep it as vague as possible
Absolutely.
whilst trying to give you some content. So this is actually quite a hard task.
Yeah,
we
it
don't
is.
want to ruin anything. We will give you our opinion, but that's about all we can do. Message us if you want to go into specifics, and we'll chat all day.
Oh, yeah.
Because I love this film.
I also love this film.
Love this film.
Yeah.
Start to finish, laugh, laugh, laugh.
It is exactly what you'd expect from this film.
Mm-hmm.
It is fun. That's the main word I would use to describe this film. Fun. Just, pure enjoyment. I found myself laughing right from the start. It was one of those films I did not want it to end. Do you know what I mean? Like I just
exactly the
I
same.
wanted more. I wanted more of those characters. I wanted more of like the jokes, more of like the cameos, which we won't give any away, but there are some incredible cameos in this. Really unexpected ones, but in a good way.
Really unexpected ones, and ones where you can go down several paths.
Mm-hmm.
But I think what Marvel's done here is you see a cameo, you expect something, and they guide you down the funny route instead of the smart route. And I think that's what they did so well with this film.
Yeah.
Is let's go down the funny route.
Yeah.
And it fucking hit home.
Oh, it really
It's
does.
always going to hit home anyway with it being Deadpool, because I don't particularly think the first Deadpool film storyline was great.
I don't think any of the Deadpool storylines have been that great. But you're not watching it for the plot. You're watching it because you just want to watch Deadpool.
And the jokes.
And his attitude and his breaking the fourth wall. So him as a character is just... He's just an entertaining character, isn't he? He came on the scene, in Deadpool 1. I can still shocked how long ago Deadpool 1 was. 2016.
I know, I rewatched both of them before going to watch the third.
And it was just a breath of fresh air, wasn't it? And when we were really saturated with Marvel stuff, and it was, because it was R-rated, it felt like an adult superhero film. And then he's just become a household name since then. And it's more of the same for this. I think it's the third highest grossing R-rated film of all time or something at the moment.
Not surprised.
Doing really well. But we've always had that with Deadpool. It's so nice that we've got that with Wolverine, and obviously we had it with Logan as well, because Wolverine has always, been a vicious, nasty, angry little man.
He's a little animal.
Yeah, that literally will chop people to pieces. So it's great to finally get, especially in recent years, the Wolverine that we've always wanted.
Absolutely.
You think back in X-Men 1, he was so tame. So tame. And so to see him just chopping people up, and him and Deadpool, and they bounce off each other so well. And I think what's great with this film is Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman are clearly best mates in real life.
Absolutely.
And it translates into the film.
But what we need to remember is they were joking this from the first film.
Yes.
Because he references Wolverine and Hugh Jackman all the time in the first film. And then when she takes his mask off at the end, he's wearing a Hugh Jackman face over his own, isn't he?
Yeah.
And he's just like, I can't remember what he says, but yeah, he's literally stapled it to his forehead.
Yeah.
And so they've been fucking building up to this.
Oh, they have, yeah.
And this is what we've all been crying out for because of these jokes the whole way through.
Yeah. And even the start of the second one, isn't it? The opening scene, it's like the shot from Logan of Wolverine on the wood, like the little toy that's spinning around. And I think the first, correct me if I'm wrong, you've watched it more recently than I have, but I'm sure the first words that are said in Deadpool 2 are, "Fuck Wolverine."
Yeah. yeah.
So it's been building for years, and you can tell that they clearly had such good fun making it. I've been watching loads of the promo stuff, like of those two, and they're so funny. They're so good together. Like doing like the Hot Ones challenge. That's a really good one. Yeah. I've seen one where they're doing like a lie detector test. There's loads. There's loads of really good ones. They're just entertaining to watch in real life, let alone when they're playing these two great characters that are at odds with each other.
Yeah.
There's so many places to go with it. I mean, what it might have been controversial for a lot of people because Hugh Jackman returning, because he ended on Logan on such a high point that the best we'd ever seen Wolverine. What are your thoughts of him returning in this?
Well, weirdly enough, this was what I was going to ask you next, because I'm okay to spoil Logan in my head. If you've not seen Logan now, it's your own fault. So how do you think they dealt with the issue that obviously Logan died, Wolverine's dead.
Yeah.
So to bring him back in a film where there's a lot of questions of, well, how are they just going to bullshit it? And
that was the big question coming into this, wasn't it? It was like, how are they going to make it work? Because are they just going to do the multiverse thing, or is Logan going to actually? Is that because that's in the future? So is that before this? So is this going to be like a prequel?
Yeah. So how do you think they dealt with that?
I think it was absolute horse shit.
Do you really?
Like. Not in like it doesn't affect the film.
Yeah.
It makes very little sense. I do think that the first, not the opening scene, because the opening scene is incredible, but the whole shots and the whole story, and there's lots of exposition where they're explaining it to basically set up Logan and Deadpool together.
That is probably the worst scene in the whole film.
It makes no sense.
Yeah.
It's very janky. It's very much crowbarred and shoehorned in, but it doesn't matter because once they're together, you forget all about that.
Yeah, exactly. And all the jokes leading up to him getting Wolverine and stuff to team with him. All the jokes that they bring out, all the, because there's stuff here for everyone. People who's only ever seen the films, people that read the comics, people that only know Hugh Jackman,
Yeah.
But the jokes that spin off from this kind of bullshit storyline work so well. So it doesn't matter. I will say that one scene I was a bit like, oh, the old film's not like this.
I know. I was a little bit.
I was worried at this stage.
There is, the opening bits where they're trying to set up the film. It feels a little bit forced. They're still making jokes and stuff, and there's still a couple of good one-liners and stuff. It's not bad, but they even make jokes about, bloody hell, this is a lot of exposition. So for those that don't know, exposition is where like characters talk out loud and explain what's going on, or it's setting up the scene. So there's a lot of that, and they're making jokes about that. That does, like I said, it doesn't really work, but it doesn't matter because it's almost a case of let's get this out of the way because we have to try and make it make sense.
Yeah.
But you don't really care about that because once Deadpool and Wolverine are in the film together, that's all you care about.
Do it quick.
And yes, pretty much. And then from there on out, it was just fun-fueled action comedy, and it did not let up till right at the end.
Everybody, and obviously I'm not going to mention actors because it would probably give away the cameos. Everyone played their part perfectly.
Yeah, they really did.
Again, no names. Can you think of anyone that you maybe were a bit like, they didn't need them or a bit outdated or anything like that?
Oh, I don't think there was anyone that I was a bit like disappointed to see.
Everybody was perfect.
Yeah. There's so many good ones, and I really, really want to talk about them, and we'll talk about this
as soon as
after we start recording, because we've not actually spoke about this yet.
We haven't, no.
I'll give one that's I can talk about because he's a new character for this film, so it's not a cameo. Matthew McFadden, who plays Mr. Paradox.
Oh, yeah.
Who... He's very much involved. Very much involved in that opening scene that we've just been talking about. But him as a character, for those that don't, Matthew Macfadyen, he's in loads of stuff. Probably most famous for most people being Mr. Darcy in Pride and Prejudice with Keira Knightley.
Obviously,
loads of people like that's. I think that's where most people associate with. But he's one of those faces that he's in loads of stuff.
Yeah.
I thought he was brilliant. He was so funny because he's like this shitty sort of like kind of villain, kind of not a villain. You kind of double guessing him. I just thought he had some brilliant one-liners. He was quite campy and he's quite over the top to say he's like quite a serious actor.
Yeah,
and he was like one where I found I was laughing at a lot of his stuff because I just thought he's having a lot of fun with this, and he's a character that no one is coming to see because of him.
Oh God, no! Not
so
it's
just another example of someone bringing something to a film.
Mm-hmm.
And and contributing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I felt like everyone's there to see Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman. Everything else is a bonus. And so I thought like little parts like him were a bonus. And yeah, it's really hard to talk about
really hard,
without giving spoilers away. Yeah, and it's just everything I wanted from that film.
So I went to the Odeon to see this, and obviously I had to get the nacho combo.
Oh,
which,
yeah.
By the way, when was the last time you went to an Odeon?
Well, I went to Odeon to watch it as well.
Did you? Did you have the nachos?
No.
Because the fucking nachos now come as a meal with tater tots.
No way.
So you get the nachos, the tater tots, and a drink.
What are the tater tots like?
Okay. I mean, I was very lucky that when I got mine, they'd just run out, so they refried them. So a couple of them were a bit soggy because they put them in a little bag.
Right.
Like, the ones with the foil on the inside.
Yeah.
A couple of them were soggy, but some were still quite crisp, quite nice. It's just a hash brown product, isn't it? So it's going to be good.
Oh, yeah.
So I had my... so obviously, I had my nachos, had my tater tots, had the film. 60 quid it come to all in all, which is quite a lot of money to go see a film.
That is a lot.
It was worth it.
Really?
It was worth it. Yes, I watched fucking 60 quid.
Yeah, you make an occasion of it though, don't you?
Exactly. If I'm going to go see one film this year, it's going to be that film.
And it is like the biggest film in the world right now. It's on its way to breaking loads of records for like R-rated films. I think I've been trying to keep up to date with the box office ratings, and I think it's up at about 780 million it's made so far.
I'm surprised it's not tipped the bill already, It's
only been out 2 weeks, though.
I guess.
And it depends on drop-off. I think it's one of those that could do well from word of mouth. Like, people say, because everyone that I've spoke to that's seen that have absolutely loved it and raved about it. And, I've spoke to a couple of people, and before I went to see it, and that just got me so excited because I was thinking, I will see it at some point, maybe next week, maybe the week after. But as soon as people telling me about it, it's like, no, I need to see this now. I need to see this like tonight. And Claire and I went to see it. And we did. It was quite a spontaneous. It was like, should we go to cinema tonight? Because we both want to really see this, and we did.
Yeah, I think that's probably a good point. It could be a fact that it's not made that bill just yet, solely because the cinema is dying off.
Cinema is dying off in a lot of ways.
But at the same time, I'm the same as you. Like, I went out of pure fear that I'd do what I normally do and not end up going to see it. And then having to wait till it's on Disney, which, to be fair, probably won't be that long because Disney are really good for it. But then I wouldn't get to experience it in a cinema. Because let's be honest, as much as, yes, okay, this film definitely helps on a big screen. It definitely helps with surround sound, with how funny it is. The soundtrack is unreal.
Yeah.
I'm buying the... vinyl for this. Have you seen them?
No, I haven't.
So it's a 2-disc vinyl, and obviously one's Deadpool, one's Wolverine. So it's red and black, and the other's blue and yellow.
Nice.
But the soundtrack's unreal.
It is, yeah.
So just that in Dolby Surround, but also the atmosphere of 200 other people laughing.
That's it.
You
so really contributed. Like everyone was laughing in the cinema. And it really does create. It makes it special, doesn't it? It's like that's those shared emotions that you're going through. And it's a shame about cinema, but then I was looking at it earlier, and some of the films that have come out this year have done really well.
Have they? Okay.
So, do you know what the biggest film of the year is so far?
Go on.
Inside Out 2.
Went to see that.
And I think, don't quote me 100%, but I think that's broken the record for most money ever made by an animated film.
Really?
Yeah. So I think that's the biggest, highest grossing Disney film like animated Disney film
Get it?
of
I
all
went
time.
to see it, mate. I enjoyed it very much so. We have reviewed it, so go back and listen to that episode.
Yeah, so that's really good. Another film that we talked about a lot had a nice box office return. Longlegs.
Yeah.
The Nicolas Cage.
I need to get to see
that. Oh, it's so good.
I'm going to try go this week.
Nick Cage, we talked about that the other week. It's a serial killer horror thriller film, and Nick Cage is the villain in it. And it's almost like a little independent, little indie film. It's quite little artsy. It was made for $10 million, so that's nothing, That's absolutely. And what's mad is half of that money was his salary. Yeah, so basically, it was made for $5 million, and I think that's made like nearly $80 million at the box office, which is incredible based on its budget.
Oh yeah.
And to say that's another one that's done really well from reviews and word of mouth.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, a lot of films are dying off, and it is sad to see the cinemas empty. It's just difficult to compete with streaming sites now, streaming services.
It is, and how quick they're bringing it out.
Yeah, exactly. But you can't beat the atmosphere in a cinema, like you said. I do love that. It's great seeing Deadpool Wolverine. I'd say to anyone, go see it. If you on the fence about going to see it, go see it. It is you will not be disappointed. And obviously, officially now, Deadpool in the MCU.
Yes, that's it now. They make a point of that.
So, yeah, of course they do. Deadpool as a character is not subtle and will hammer home all these points.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see what the future holds for MCU and characters in this film. So, yeah, I'm not going to say any more because it's really difficult to talk about with no spoilers.
We'll leave it there and we'll have a chat after this about what we loved about it. So we've both got another film that we've watched don't want to go into, but I'll just do mine quickly because it is out of the cinema now. So I went to go see... I told you about this film a long time ago and I've been excited for this ever since I heard of it. So I went to go see In a Violent Nature.
Yes.
Which is, for those of you that don't know, it's a new horror... slasher type film. So when I got told about this film, it's shot in a way where you watch any slasher film, it's we're a bunch of teenagers camping in the woods, la la la, laugh laugh laugh, go off, someone gets murdered, everyone runs around and screams, a little bit of side story, love story, someone else gets killed, that's it.
Yeah.
So I got told that was this, but the camera stays with the villain the whole way through.
Interesting.
Which, to me, what a brilliant concept. We've all seen slashers.
Yeah.
I didn't expect the film to be any different from that. Slash, dead, all in the woods, scary, scary, scary. But following... And the thing for me is, in my head, it was what it actually was. A lot of nothing. A lot of just... So, the serial killer is dead. So, the film starts. It's just a fixed camera angle of, inside this little hut of the ground, like a big pipe coming up, and on this pipe is a woman's gold necklace, locket. Mm-hmm. You can hear people talking outside. Oh, come on, let's go, Gary. Gary's like, one sec, grabs this locket. Next minute, hand comes out. Serial killer come back from the dead.
Right.
There's going to be a storyline around that somewhere. And then it's just a lot of sweeping shots, very Resident Evil style of a fixed camera angle, whilst this serial killing monster zombie thing is just walking.
Okay.
And then the next shot, it'll change camera angles and it'll move and he'll just carry on walking. A lot of that. And in my head, that's what I expected it to be, but I expected it to still be really good. I don't think it delivered, unfortunately. And I tell you for why. Because they didn't stick to that.
Okay.
They stuck to it for so long. And some of them, you're watching the people in the woods or they're going for a swim or whatever. But it's kind of from over his shoulder. Or it's looking at them, but just in the corner, you can see it, his shadow in the woods looking over. So it's so the camera's always with him.
Right, yeah.
But then it kind of stops quite early on to all these people around a campfire and it's just telling their bullshit story. And then it's the whole expedition. There's this story of this child who was killed. And I'm just like, you've ruined this film for me now. Because I was expecting you. So again, you could have shown that from over the killer's shoulder. And to me, if you're going to have this as a selling point, fucking have it.
I wonder why they did that then.
I don't know.
I wonder if they just run out of ideas.
Yeah,
or if
maybe.
Just thought, maybe this is we can't. It's too much to make a whole film of this, maybe.
Absolutely. Yeah, maybe. And to be fair, I get it, and I would totally understand people being like, this film's dog shit, because it's a lot of sweeping shots.
Right, okay.
But like I said, very Resident Evil style.
Which
not,
is cool.
Not a lot happens in Resident Evil if you just
Oh,
run
yeah,
past.
God, there's loads of, like, bugger all, really.
Yeah,
in
but, Ryan,
But...
I've seen a lot of horror. I've seen a lot of slash, and you know I've watched a lot of, like, the bordering on illegal fucking gore films.
Yeah.
This has one of the most mental fucking deaths I've ever seen in my entire life.
Okay, interesting.
So I'm going to explain it to you.
Right.
And I'm going to make you watch it before you go home, because everyone that's entered this house has had to watch this scene. So, girl doing yoga.
Yeah.
Enjoying herself. She's waiting for a girlfriend to come back from swimming so they can have a bit of scissor time.
Okay.
And she's like, oh, I knew you'd come. She turns around. Ah, here's a scary zombie guy. And he's got chains on hooks. There's his weapons. So she like turns around to run away, edge of a cliff. Really shit acting at this point, because she doesn't react to any of the following. Doesn't react. Doesn't scream. Just straight face. She turns around. He gets this hook, rams it into her spine, but keeps going.
Yeah.
So it comes out of her belly, and now his fist is through her belly as well. Oh, ow, my arm snapped when I did that. So now she's facing that way. He's behind her. His fist with a hook is straight through her belly.
Yeah.
He lets go of the hook, pulls his arm back, spins the young lady round so she's facing him, grabs the hook, wrenches it into a skull.
Yeah.
Turns her back round, yanks on said chain until her neck snaps, and he pulls her own head through her belly and out of her spine, and then just leaves her as a pretzel on the floor. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen in my entire life, because you know when you're just like, no, bodies don't do this. And like, obviously it's very gruesome, it's very gory, and like as it's happening, you're watching the like bones snapping and neck and stuff. But you know when you're just like, oh no. I've got to show you it, mate.
Oh, okay.
Utterly ridiculous.
Does it come across as comical? Or is it like...
No, it's supposed to be scary. It's
Right,
very
okay.
gory, you know.
Yeah,
a lot
yeah.
of the deaths is like an axe to someone's head, and then the rage of repeatedly until the face is just smushed. We've seen it on Terrifier. We've seen it in these types. Winnie the Pooh.
yeah.
The cartoon.
Yeah.
So we've seen it before. It was just stuff like that where they've been like, what can we do to make this gory? And it kind of... I don't know, maybe some people would be like, oh, God, oh, no, you know. For me, I've seen it 1,000 times. And something like this, very inventive.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed it, but it's comic. It is quite comical.
Yeah, yeah.
Bodies don't do this. That's not how things work in the real world. But, you know, at the end of the day, I guess people aren't coming back to life because someone stole a necklace.
Exactly. You know, and it's created a memorable scene, if nothing else.
I will never forget that scene.
There you go.
So
So it's done something, you know, something fresh and new.
Yeah. So In a Violent Nature, unfortunately for me, didn't hit the mark, and I think that's just they just didn't stick to what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
And I wanted every shot. I wanted the film to be boring, in a way.
Yeah, because you've gone in with a certain expectation of what the film is going to be.
Because to me, that makes it a little bit more artsy.
Yeah.
I know it sounds weird, but like the whole concept of following the killer, because there is this great scene where like, you know, in normal slasher films, they'll hear the car horns going off by itself, and they look outside and they're like, and then they go outside, and then the killer jumps out the bush and dead. Yeah.
Yeah.
In this, it perfectly, you see the killer on the horn, stick a like big twig on it, and then press that up against the seat so it's constantly going, and then the camera follows the killer that walks all the way around the house, back up to be behind him when he comes out to kill him.
Right, okay.
That's what I wanted through the whole thing.
Yeah.
You don't need someone being like, "What's that? Oh my god!"
Yeah, because we've seen it. Every film is about this from the survivor's perspective, and then turn around and they get the jump scare because, oh my god, the killer's behind me. It's like, well, how did he get there?
Yeah, exactly.
We'll show you in this film.
We did it. We did, and nothing. And there was nothing. You got there because he walked around the fucking house.
I love the idea as well. Like his big scary monster, like zombie thing. Like, oh, I know what I'll do is I'll jump out at these, so I'll go break into this house and hide in the bedroom in like the closet.
Yeah,
and it's just 10 minutes of them just in the closet, not moving. Just looking at his watch. Like, oh god, yeah. And then all for the big reveal.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, very average film. Couple of memorable scenes in it. Very gory. just didn't hit the mark for me. Some of the scenes, like I say, like that, if you're into it, if that's what you're interested in, I found them quite fascinating. But it's let down by following bullshit storyline I didn't want to see.
Yeah.
All horror has bullshit storyline. I'm not interested in
yeah.
it.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a shame.
Yeah,
but it's in the cinema at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, that's in the cinema at the minute. It's only just come out. But it is a Shudder original. So
it will be coming on to
Shudder. It's just not on there yet.
Nice.
And you have one for us that I have already seen. I saw this a long time ago when it first came out.
Yeah, this is one that we were going to talk about last week, but we ran out of time. So this is a film called Spree.
Yes.
Which I've known about because of the lead actor. So the lead actor is Joe Keery, who, for most people, will know him as Steve Harrington from Stranger Things. So, pretty famous guy.
Oh, yeah.
So this is a film that came out in 2020, and it is a dark comedy horror, I would say, in a way. So he plays a character called Kurt Kunkel, who is basically a content creator.
Welcome to Kurt's World.
Welcome to Kurt's World. He is a streamer. He is a vlogger. He does YouTube videos. He does everything that a lot of people do these days. He is trying to make it big, make it famous by showing his life. Welcome to Kurt's World. And he does loads of videos, and basically he's got no followers.
He's very much like me.
Yeah, he's like this podcast.
Yeah, he creates a lot of content with podcasting and streaming and a few videos here and there, and no one
watches and no one cares.
Literally that.
Yeah, and so he plays this quite well because I think Joe Keery, especially as Steve Harrington, has been known is like one of the most beloved characters in Strange Things,
Absolutely.
if not everyone's favourite. With his great hair and he's cool and he's 80s. So they try to... What's quite nice is he plays like Kurt, who you think, oh, actually, Joe, if you were a real streamer, you'd probably do quite well because you're a good-looking guy, great hair. So they make him like a bit more greasy, bit of a loser. He's a bit of this awkward character, isn't it? And it does opens up with him being like, welcome to Kurt's World or whatever, and like... montage of loads of like his streams, and then
it's
like,
all just bollocks.
Yeah, and then
like,
it's like
this is me making a sandwich.
Yeah, and then it sort of says like, oh, on this day, Kurt got his wish and finally became viral, and it just follows him. So all of the shots are through his cameras.
Yeah.
So he's set up. He's
found footage technically.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Yeah.
So he is basically I think it's called Spree. Is this app? He's basically an Uber driver.
It's Uber, yeah.
But it's called Spree. Is the app that he uses. So most of the film is in the car. And he's got cameras set up everywhere, and he acknowledges that. He says like, "Oh yeah, I'm creating content and to his drive, to his customers," and they're like, "Yeah, whatever." Or it follows him like through phones and stuff like that. So it's like you're watching as if you were really watching a streamer
on Facebook following a story.
Yeah, exactly that. And it's all set throughout one day, really, isn't it? And it's all about how he is so sick of being a nobody that he's going to he's called whatever he refers to as the lesson, and he's going to do whatever it takes to become famous and viral. So what do? He starts killing people.
Yeah, go on a killing spree.
And he goes on a killing spree, live streaming all these kills.
Whilst working for Spree.
Yeah, so he'll pick up people in his car and he'll drug them because he's laced the water bottles in the car, and then he'll kill them. Problem is, no one's watching. Because he's got no followers.
No one gives a fuck.
So no one gives a shit. So he gets more and more frustrated. And he's got a friend who's a very successful streamer and who keeps subbing him and sending him like the odd dollar and say, dude, you're a fucking loser. No one cares. So
just pause there before you move on. What a genius concept for a film.
It's so good.
A guy is killing people, live streaming it to become famous, but no one gave a shit before. So
why would anyone give a shit now?
Realistically, no one's going to see it.
No, exactly.
So I love that.
It doesn't make you automatically make you go viral.
No, not at all.
But I'm not going to give the whole film away, but it starts getting more extreme, more things happen, and eventually he does become... People start following him, and then it's this really clever take on society, how he starts doing stuff. So like one scene, he stabs someone on camera, and then who's dead on the floor shoots someone, and all the comments are just obviously live streaming comments coming through constantly, and they're just popping up saying fake as shit, this is bullshit, this is blah, and just calling him out saying this is absolute fucking nonsense.
Yeah.
And then later on, what you got people is, he's running around with a gun, and people are just subbing him, saying, "Go shoot this person. Go shoot her. Go shoot her in the face right now. I'll give you $50 to shoot this person in the face or whatever." And it's such a clever take on the fucking state of society we're in now, and social media and streaming and what people do just to be famous, and then you got these keyboard warriors on the other side that don't give a shit. I'll give you money to go fucking stab this person. I don't care. Run this guy over. We'll give you a $10 or whatever. We'll give you a follow. And it's just such a clever take on it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I didn't expect anything of this film, because I was expecting like a little sort of low budget, bit of an indie artsy film.
I guess in a way it is. It's not
which
major
it is.
budget.
Because there isn't. And it didn't have great reviews. So I went into this film not expecting anything at all. Like I said, I was purely watching it because it was Joe Keery. I love him as Steve Harrington and as DeJoe, obviously.
We all love DeJoe.
We all love DeJoe. And I absolutely loved this film. It was so good. It was just, I think it really spoke to me as well, because I suppose we're in the world of content creating, which really gives me a bit of an ick when I say that. But we are. Obviously, we've got doing like the podcast and stuff, and we getting stuff out there. So I suppose it's quite almost a little, not relatable, but in a way it is, because it's like, you try and do these things to like push your numbers and get like more followings and get like, like and subscribe. And he's very much like that. Like, oh, I'll follow you if you follow me, and I'll do this and do that, and hashtag Kurtzworld and all this stuff. And I thought it was a really clever concept. It was a real good sort of like, it absolutely took the piss out of modern day society.
Oh yeah.
But I think still made it fun. Joe Keery was great because he carries the film. He's like in every shot, 'cause it's all just following him pretty much, apart from a few scenes. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very interesting though, isn't it? Because using us as an example on this, like, and this is what I've really enjoyed in it, of the whole. I've been in bands, I've done podcasts before this and blah blah, and you're always like, I just don't get. We're really trying everything to do to get it bigger. When actually just the content's not quite there. Do you know what I mean? Like, we sit here and talk about our opinion of film. Why we're not famous? Because no one gives a fuck about our opinion about a film.
Exactly.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
Totally.
We're
not here talking about politics, like we joke, like about politics or about Nick Cage, who the diehard fans are going to come along. We're talking bollocks.
Yeah.
So we're never going to be famous.
Exactly.
But we live in this society of content creation, and we watch that much shit online that we're like, but we should be. Because these fuckers are, and they do worse than us.
Oh, there's a lot. Yeah.
And that's what I really liked about this. If it's like, I don't get it. I'm on every day. I'm doing it 10 hours a day or whatever. And But your content's dog shit.
Yeah.
And I love that concept. And even him not understanding why he'll never get big.
And even then, when his content is like insane because he's killing people and doing this mad shit, but no one's watching. So if you're not getting the right algorithm, or you're not getting pushed in the right places, no one's going to be caring.
Yeah.
But it's all about that, like, that desperation to be famous. Like, oh, I need this, I need that, I need this validation from strangers.
Yeah.
It is a really clever film, I thought.
Is it a Netflix original?
It's not.
So I remember. So I watched it when it first came out in 2020. It was in the top 10 for quite a while. That's why I thought it was a Netty original.
I watched it on Amazon, on Amazon Prime. It's on Freevee, so it's free with adverts.
Yeah.
I think there was literally one advert in it, which was
Freevee's a good app.
Yeah. So you can just watch a lot of them through Amazon Prime. I just watch it through the Prime app, and a lot of them. Some films seem to be better than others. I watch some films, and there's like adverts every like 5 minutes. It feels like, but then I've had it before where I've stuck on a film and for some reason no adverts came on. I was like banging. Or this one, there was just one set of adverts at the start.
So what made you come across it? Is it just him?
It was just him. It was just him.
And
like I said, I came across it ages ago because I'm someone that I love my films. I love all that world. So I'm always on things like IMDb. I'm looking through people's filmography and looking for new stuff. So I became aware of it because it's got quite a distinctive poster. It's the picture of him, and he's in a shower, and it's just a extreme close-up of his face, and he's covered in blood, and he's got like this maniacal smile. So I've been aware of it for a while because I think it was like a lockdown film, wasn't it?
It was,
like you said, 2020. And I've never stumbled across it, so I thought I'll just search for it, and it just came up on Prime on
so
Freebie.
random,
So I was like,
when you said, "Oh, I want to talk about Spree," I was like, "That is the bollocks horror I watch."
Yeah.
I was never expecting anyone to be like, "Have you seen Spree?"
yeah, and it's that, but. Yeah, I love everything and everything as well. So it's like, I really enjoyed this. I think this one I'll watch time and time again.
Do you reckon?
I think it's just, it's fun, it's silly.
Yeah.
Perhaps for us as well, it speaks to us in a lot of ways because it's that content stuff.
Oh, absolutely. But I think anyone of this generation,
it's relatable
because of the content creation. I'm just jumping on. Maybe not because my internet's being dog shit. I was just jumping on Just Watch to see if it's on anything other than Freebie.
Yeah, I think I looked on Netflix. It wasn't on Netflix. It's not on Disney. I don't know if it's on.
Yeah, just Freebie. Yeah, it's all over Netflix when that first came out.
Yeah.
Nice little 93 minute
93 minute film. Nice, quick, easy watch. Completely, like, I think a bit of a hidden gem, especially in like the sort of like horror. It's not, I wouldn't say horror.
I mean,
it's not scary.
Not at all. It's under the horror.
I would say it would be more thriller.
Yeah.
I would say it's more of a comedy thriller.
Well, it says here, comedy, crime, horror, mystery thriller.
Yeah, there you go. That covers all bases, doesn't it?
Covers all bases, doesn't it? Yeah. Yeah, sweet. I really enjoyed it. I've got one more film, but I'm going to save that till probably next week or whenever we next get a chance to record, just because I think it came out last year, but it's a Nick Cage film, mate. We've got all the time to talk about Nick Cage.
Just whilst before we finish, I had such a great month for film last month.
Yeah.
15 new films I watched last month. So that's taken me up to 51. So the next new film I watched this year will be my 52nd, so I'll have hit my target. So I smashed it. Yes, 15 films last month.
That is
I was just on it. We haven't got a TV series on the go, so on an evening we'd just be like, let's stick a film on.
Yeah,
something like that, 90-minute film. You can do that in an evening, 10 of those 15 were Nick Cage films.
I bet they were, my friend. They always are.
Yeah.
So I have got a TV show on the go at the minute, and I'm not going to talk about it, but I've just started The American Office because I've never seen it.
No, I haven't actually.
So 8 series at 22 episodes.
That's a lot.
But 20-minute episodes because it's. And I just thought this is the typical 2 episodes whilst I'm eating tea. 2 episodes while I'm laying in bed,
and you quickly get through them.
Yeah, and it's just you're not going to pay 1,000%. Attention to it because it's just silly fun. But one of these things, everyone loves it. Everyone goes on about it. I thought it's time. It's got to be time to give it a go.
Yep, I agree.
But yeah, cool. Right, that's everything we've got time for. You never know. You might not hear anything from us until next week because we have loads of episodes stored. So you might get a load of episodes after each other that we recorded a long time ago. But still.
Content's content, innit?
Content's content, and you'll know because there'll be a load of shit about Ryan having a baby.
Yeah.
And being Daddy Ryan.
I know.
And that's how I'm going to fucking introduce you on every episode from there on out.
Ugh.
Daddy Ryan.
That's gross, isn't it?
It's fit though, isn't it?
No.
No,
it's really not.
Right. Every week we like to do this. Ryan likes to give us some words to sign us off. So please just sign the people off with just something that you enjoy, something that you want to share with the world.
Okay, so I've got it easy. Be sure to like and subscribe, because if you don't, we're going to have to start killing people, and no one's going to watch that either. It's just going to be dead people for no reason.
Peace!